Hey there, Emmanuel here, and in this video I want to share an announcement and some news about this channel, WebDevFuel, going forward, and some changes that I'm going to make to the content that I'm going to be releasing and to the channel overall. So I started this channel, let's say more or less 3 or 4 years ago, and the focus has always been web development. Like the name says, WebDevFuel, and this was the focus from the get-go, and it is still the focus to this day. So if you look back, I started with Phoenix, I started with things like Go, I tried some Astro to release some content, React, a lot of different things, but everything, like I said, is related or was related to web development. The thing is that as time went on, I continued publishing things related to web development, but in my free time, I was spending a lot of time doing different things related to other topics, still related to technology, but not necessarily web development. So I started recently playing a lot more with AI, not only as a user, so using tools like Cloud Code, tools like Codex, but I also started getting a bit into machine learning and started exploring building different projects around it. Besides this, I also always liked languages that are not necessarily very popular in the web development community. Things like Rust, I would say even Go is not necessarily that popular when it comes to the front end. And I always built a lot of projects for myself just to explore things, uh, even tooling for me to have better tools as a developer. And I built all of these things outside of thinking necessarily about web development or outside of it altogether. And the thing that always bothered me is that I didn't really want to share things about other projects that I was building because it was not necessarily in line with the brand of WebDev Fuel. And that's exactly what I want to announce in this video. Now, this channel is obviously not very big. I'm around um, 2000 subscribers, but I still think it is good to share with this number of subscribers. And if you're watching this and if you're subscribed, I want to thank you for supporting the channel over this entire time. But I think that I still want to share this so that this change doesn't seem too abrupt, and that people who are subscribed to the channel only for web development, and they are not interested in other types of content, can also, if they choose to, unsubscribe and stop following, because that from now on the content is going to change a bit. And that is the announcement that I want to make. So the channel is going to be renamed and rebranded from WebDevFuel to Tech with Turis. Now, this name is my pre-name, my family name, and that's why I added this here, even though I usually introduce myself as Emmanuel. Basically, no one in my day-to-day life, close friends or family members, call me that. Usually people call me Turis. So this is why I want to rebrand the channel from WebDevFuel to Tech with Turis, because I want to have the ability and the freedom to explore different topics. So I'm still going to do a lot of web development content, of course, because like I said, even though I'm exploring different things, it is not something that I've quote unquote abandoned as an interest. I still work a lot with React. I still work a lot with different frameworks like Phoenix, for example, which is something that I still enjoy a lot. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it was the first framework or the first technology that I actually taught in this channel. But I'm going to mix and match a lot of different types of content, and also bring a lot more content related to my thoughts about things, just random theories that I have about technology, about development. And I would say that even though it is called Tech with Turis, uh, from now on, it is going to be very much focused on the engineering part of stuff. It is going to be very much focused on programming, but not only on web development. So what can you expect from this point on from the channel? Like I said, not only web development, but also things like NeoVim plugins. I'm exploring a lot, building my own NeoVim plugins. When I find something that I would like to have, I don't necessarily want to build a NeoVim plugin that is going to be open source, that needs to have like an API for people to necessarily have like different configurations, different kinds of stuff. I build stuff for myself. It needs to be simple enough for me to be able to work with it. But I want to also start teaching you that. I want to start teaching you how to actually use NeoVim in a productive way, or rather, how I use it and how I think that you should use it to become more productive. I also want to start introducing a lot more content about AI, how to use, like I said, Cloud Code, Codex. If you look at the last, let's say, 4 to 5 videos, I started adding some content related to this, but I again felt very awkward about the fact that I was um, showing you how to program with AI, but the main topic of the channel was always web development. So also AI, also machine learning. I'm also learning and exploring a lot, I would say in the last 6 months already, how to do like machine learning kinds of stuff, like fine tuning even maybe certain models, open source models for certain applications. Let's say that you have an application that you want a model to fit very well into that kind of workflow. So I'm going to also teach you a lot of stuff about that. And also, I'm going to start releasing, like I said, videos, not necessarily teaching you stuff in the step by step guide kind of way, but sort of sharing my thoughts, sharing my ideas about things, which in the end I hope will still help you in your journey. In technology, as a web developer, as a programmer in general, whatever the work you do is, I hope that it still helps you. So I'm not going to extend this a lot more. Uh, this was a bit of a unprepared kind of thing. I didn't really write any kind of script, so if this was kind of rambly, let's say, I apologize for that, because I was just trying to share the ideas as they came to me about the reasons behind this transition. So I'm still going to be using the Web Dev Fuel brand to teach web development every time that I release in the future, let's say, courses or content related exclusively to web development. So going to be using this brand, this domain name, because I think that it is a good name, it is a good domain name, and it's still a good thing to keep around this web dev fuel name, but for other kinds of purposes and not for this channel alone. So with all of this being said, I want to thank you again, if you're a subscriber, for having been with me during this journey, following my content, and I hope it was always helpful to you, and I hope that it is also helpful from this point on, with all of the changes that I'm going to be doing to the channel. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video.